Hello and welcome to all of viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Ubon. Sorry. A quick reminder, Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. The federal government is set to end years of fragmented education records and weak planning with the rollout of the Nigeria Education Data Infrastructure (NEDI), a unified national platform designed to transform data management across the sector. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, stated this at a stakeholders workshop in Abuja focused on building an integrated education data system for Nigeria. Education correspondent Priscilla Obasi was there for Global TV.
At the stakeholders workshop in Abuja, Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa described the initiative as a major reform designed to eliminate inconsistency, improve transparency, and strengthen planning across education sector. He said, unreliable and fragmented data systems have over the years weakened policy implementation, resource allocation, and effective monitoring within the sector. The minister added that the platform will also strengthen students' identity management and help curb examination malpractice, including the activities of so-called miracle centers.
If you don't use data in planning, in formulating your plans, in intervening and monitoring outcome, it's like you're flying blind. So data is everything, and we have to be at the forefront of it if we have to build the economy. Then we're talking about evidence-based planning, evidence-based governance. You plan, you intervene, you monitor your outcomes, and you see, are your intervention working? If they're not working, what tweak do you need to do?
The coordinator, Nigerian Education Data Infrastructure, Dr. Abubakar Isa, explained that the project is currently in the design and integration stage, with data sources already being mapped across federal and state institutions. According to him, the goal is to establish a seamless national education database capable of supporting real-time decision-making and improving accuracy across the sector.
A unified data-driven platform that transforms educational outcomes through advanced analytics and comprehensive data integration. The platform will enable policymakers, educators, and administrators to make informed decisions, optimize resource allocation, and drive system improvement.
UNICEF representative Vanessa Lee commended the federal government for driving the initiative, describing integrated education data as critical to improving learning outcomes and reducing the numbers of out-of-school children. She reaffirmed UNICEF's support towards building a more inclusive and reliable education data system for Nigeria.
That data-driven planning and management are crucial to address the challenges in the education sector and provide learning opportunities for all children in Nigeria. It holds education stakeholders accountable for the delivery of quality education.
The initiative is expected to integrate data from basic, secondary, technical, vocational, and tertiary institutions alongside examination bodies and regulatory agencies into a single national platform. Priscilla Obasi, Global TV News.
The Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, has called for stronger collaboration between the Nigeria Police Force and the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TED Fund, to advance police education, research, and technology-driven policing. The Inspector General of Police made that appeal during a strategic visit to TED Fund's headquarters in Abuja. Again, Priscilla Obasi reports.
At the Tertiary Education Trust Fund headquarters in Abuja, discussions were focused on institutional development, expansion of police training capacity, and modernization of policing systems. The Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, noted that education remains central to effective policing, noting that many operational challenges in law enforcement are linked to gaps in professional development. He highlighted ongoing reforms within the Nigerian police force aimed at building a technology-driven policing system with emphasis on forensic science, criminology, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, drone operations, and data analysis.
We cannot do our jobs without you. We value our education. If you notice any lapses in what we do, what the police do, all the complaints you have against the police boils down to education. We are trying everything possible to ensure that we upgrade the kind of education we give to our police officers. It has been said time and time again that to destroy a nation, all we need to do is to destroy its educational system, and the nation is gone.
Responding, the Executive Secretary of TETFund, Sonny Echono, reaffirmed TETFund's commitment to supporting police training institutions, including infrastructure development, research facilities, and staff capacity building. Echono disclosed that approval has been granted for a new police academy campus in Ogun State, with funding already released and a joint inspection team expected to visit the site soon.
We want to especially commend Mr. President. He's already known for his ability to headhunt, to pick the best, and to charge them with sensitive assignments. And that's why many of our institutions today are performing at optimal level. So we are grateful for Mr. President, not only for his vision in the appointment of my dear brother, but also in the attempt to modernize the Nigerian police.
He also commended the Nigerian police force for its role in maintaining peace and security across the country. The meeting was attended by senior police officials of the Nigerian police force and TETFund management team, including directors and technical advisors from both institutions. Priscilla Obasi, Global TV News.
Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has stressed the need to rescue Nigeria from its current challenges as he submitted his nomination form for the 2027 presidential election under the platform of the African Democratic Congress. Our correspondent reports.
Atiku Abubakar submitted the nomination form at the National Secretariat of the African Democratic Congress in Abuja as preparations continue ahead of the party's presidential primary for the 2027 general elections. According to Atiku, the country is in urgent need of purposeful leadership capable of addressing the economic and social difficulties confronting citizens. Atiku stated that the ADC remains committed to building a stronger and more inclusive Nigeria through democratic governance and people-oriented policies. The submission of the nomination forms officially confirms his entry into the race for the party's presidential ticket ahead of the 2027 presidential election. Atiku joins other aspirants within the ADC as political activities continue to gather momentum ahead of the polls.
Former Rivers State Governor and ex-Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amaechi, has criticized the current economic hardship in the country and blamed the administration of President Bola Tinubu for the challenges facing Nigerians as he declared his intention to contest the 2027 presidential election. A correspondent reports.
Rotimi Amaechi submitted his expression of interest and nomination forms at the National Secretariat of the African Democratic Congress in Abuja ahead of the party's presidential primary for the 2027 general elections. Speaking after the submission, Amaechi said leadership should be based on competence, merit, and experience rather than ethnicity, religion, and regional consideration. The former Minister of Transportation maintained that his record in public service, both as Governor of Rivers State and as Federal Minister, demonstrates his capacity to lead the country. Amaechi also expressed readiness for a direct primary election, while noting he would support a consensus arrangement if adopted by the party. He joined other aspirants within the ADC seeking the party's presidential ticket as political activities ahead of the 2027 elections continue to gather momentum.
The Benue State Resident Electoral Commissioner of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Amidu Idris, has assured residents of the Commission's readiness to conduct a credible, peaceful, and transparent 2027 general election. The Resident Electoral Commissioner gave the assurance during an interactive session with journalists at the Commission's headquarters in Makurdi. Benue State correspondent Felicity Ndere reports.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Benue State says it will only engage factions of political parties officially recognized by their national headquarters in Abuja. The newly deployed 22nd Resident Electoral Commissioner in the state, Malam Aminu Kashim Idris, made this known during his maiden press briefing after assuming office in Makurdi.
The media remains a critical partner in the democratic process.
The REC also spoke on the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise, now in its third and final phase, urging eligible residents who are yet to register to take advantage of the opportunity before the deadline.
About factions in political parties. You know, the Commission relates with political parties through the headquarters of the political parties. What the headquarters of the political parties convey to the Commission is what the Commission works with.
Responding to questions on challenges affecting two registration areas in Gboko local government area, Idris explained that INEC cannot rely on local arrangements or community agreements where there is a subsisting court order. He stressed that the Commission would continue to strictly comply with directives from INEC headquarters and ruling of competent courts in the handling of electoral matters.
For the Gboko challenge, the challenge is security challenge. The people deployed were actually confronted by youth from the community. Incidentally, we deployed twice. At first we deployed and the youth still stopped them from doing the job. We came back, negotiated with the council chairman about the security, which they assured us is okay. We still called back people from Abuja and they went and the same thing happened. Some youths came out and disrupted them and it was a bit threatening, so we had to withdraw them from the field. So as it is, the Gboko process is not concluded.
On the restoration of the state constituencies in Benue State, the REC disclosed that the process has already been completed in 4 of the 5 affected local government areas. He reaffirmed INEC's commitment to transparency, professionalism and fairness in the court of all electoral activities ahead of the 2027 general elections. In Makurdi, Felicity Ndere reporting for Global Television News.
In a sweeping reform aimed at restoring public confidence and strengthening internal security, the Imo State Police Command has disbanded controversial tactical squads, replacing them with a newly established Violent Crimes Response Unit. The new intelligence-driven squad was unveiled at the Police Command headquarters in Owerri as part of efforts to deepen professionalism, accountability, and rapid response policing in the state. Correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports.
The inauguration of the Violent Crime Response Unit signals a major shift in policing operations in Imo State as the Nigerian police force intensifies reforms targeted at tackling violent crimes and improving public trust. The newly created unit is designed to confront emerging security trends, including kidnapping, armed robbery, cultism, terrorism, and illegal arms possessions through coordinated intelligence gathering and swift tactical response. Representing Governor Hope Uzodinma at the ceremony, the Chief Principal Security Officer, ASP Boko Shaba Adamu, reaffirms the commitment of the Imo State government to supporting security agencies in safeguarding lives and properties across the state.
Our administration has taken the great steps to support the law enforcement agencies with the logistics, intelligence, collaboration, training and welfare improvement. We must have strength patrol system, supported joint operation at
Commissioner of Police Imo State Audu Garuba Bose says the decision to scrap the disbanded tactical unit and establish the new response unit follows directive by the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Dusi, aimed at entrenching professionalism, discipline, and improving service delivery within the force.
VCRU will focus on addressing armed robbery, kidnapping, cult-related violence, terrorism, and other capital and non-bailable offenses. It is specially structured and equipped to act swiftly.
In a move to strengthen transparency and public oversight, the police command also inaugurated a civilian oversight board made up of representatives from the Nigerian Bar Association, civil society organizations, religious bodies, traditional rulers, and the Nigerian Union of Journalists. Stakeholders at the event described the initiative as a bold step towards rebuilding public confidence and fostering stronger collaborations between the police and the community they serve.
I want to reassure the Imo State Police Commander, Imo NUJ under my leadership will continue to support all programs. I want to urge the new team to work according to the directives and instructions.
This inaugurated unit should follow due process in their dealings. That is, they should follow strictly, adhere strictly to the rules of engagement.
Highlights of the event include the unveiling of the unit's official logo, operational dress code, and goodwill messages from stakeholders and sister security agencies. From Owerri, I'm Marachi Ibe, Global TV News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Cycle. News Cycle continues after this weather forecast. We'll come back with business, foreign, and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please do stay with us.
Hello and thank you for joining us. A massive weather system has swept across the country, as seen on the satellite video, triggering flash floods in several cities with over 50 millimeters of rainfall recorded in places like Lokoja, Benin, and Benue State. So going into Saturday morning is expected to stay mostly calm and cloudy with only slight chance of rains across parts of Taraba, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River State. But by afternoon, thunderstorms are expected to intensify across much of the south and the north-central region, extending to parts of Taraba, Adamawa, Gombe, Bauchi, Kaduna, Kebbi, Zamfara, and Sokoto State. These storms are accompanied by strong damaging winds, so if you are caught up in it, you may need to wait it out or seek shelter when necessary. I am Akani Samarda, and I'll see you again.
Welcome back from that break. In business, President Bola Tinubu has intensified Nigeria's push for foreign investment at the 2026 Africa CEOs Forum in Kigali, Rwanda, projecting the country as Africa's leading destination for business, infrastructure, and industrial expansion. Top government officials say the president's high-level engagement with global investors and African leaders are already opening new opportunities in critical sectors of the economy. Business correspondent Kikelo Mokere completes the reports.
Nigeria took center stage at the African CEOs Forum in Kigali as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu engaged investors, business leaders, and head of state in renewed efforts to attract strategic investment in the country. Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Taiwo Oyedele, described President as Nigeria's chief marketer, saying his engagement at the summit are repositioning the country as a preferred investment hub on the continent. According to the minister, discussions focus on unlocking opportunities in power, solid minerals, infrastructure and private sector expansion, with investors expressing strong interest in Nigeria's reform agenda. Oyedele reveals that fresh commitments had been secured in key areas including port development and mining sector, stressing that the administration is focused on translating investment promises into concrete projects and economic growth.
What we can do. Mr. President has the credential to demonstrate what he has done and his commitment towards making those issues even more compelling going forward.
On the sideline of the forum, President Tinubu also held bilateral talks with President of Guinea, where both leaders reaffirmed their commitment to regional integration, ECOWAS unity and joint economic ventures, including cooperation in iron ore development. Special advisor to the President on Media and Public Communication, Sunday Dari, says the President's engagement in Kigali further reflects growing international confidence in Nigeria's economic direction and investment climate.
There is a transition period. From the MOU signed, you're going to have a binational commission from both countries. They're going to sit and work out the nitty-gritty of it. So it does take time.
Stakeholders at the forum says Nigeria's strong presence at the meeting signals a determined push by President Tinubu's administration to attract capital, deepen regional partnership, and accelerate economic transformation across critical sectors. Kike Lomo Ukeri, Global TV News.
Kano State's Governor Abba Yusuf has commissioned more than 100 buses and tricycles under the Presidential Initiative on Compressed Natural Gas (CNG) and electric vehicles. The event held in Kano marks another major step towards promoting cleaner, safer, and more affordable transportation across the country. Global Television Idris Jibrin reports that the initiative is aimed at reducing dependence on petroleum products through environmentally friendly energy alternatives.
This is the official launch of the Presidential Initiative on Compressed Natural Gas and Electric Vehicles for Northern Nigeria, a program designed to strengthen the nation's transportation sector and stimulate economic development. Speaking during the commissioning ceremony, Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf said the adoption of CNG and electric-powered vehicles will significantly reduce transportation costs and support the federal government's energy transition agenda.
We consider it is confidence in the strategic importance of planning and the economic of
The Presidential Initiative on CNG and electric vehicles was introduced to provide sustainable energy solution and cushion the effect of rising fuel cost by accelerating the adoption of cleaner and safer energy alternative nationwide.
If I don't get CNG in the next 6 months, as far as the transfer to analyze the community, we have not failed in less than 8 months and have CNG 5 stations, 2 CNG stations, we have 200 transactions, we have 5,000 more.
Stakeholders at the event noted that the initiative would improve mobility, create employment opportunities, and contribute to a cleaner environment, particularly across northern Nigeria.
The negatively impacting private businesses, manufacturing, logistics, and ultimately the lives of ordinary Nigerians.
We all know the problems that have been caused by the issues in the Middle East
and the removal especially of the fuel subsidy. So government in its wisdom, through its initiative of the presidential CNG initiative plus electric vehicle, came up with this program that will be used to alleviate the suffering of the people of Kano State, in particular Nigeria in general.
With over 200 CNG buses and tricycle now deployed in Kano, alongside the commissioning of 2 major refueling stations operated by Greenville and Assad Energy, authorities say the Tinubu administration's clean energy initiative is already making a significant impact on the lives of Nigerians. From Kano, Idris Jibrin, Global Television News.
On the foreign scene, United States President Donald Trump says talks with Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping have been extremely positive. The U.S. president said this while addressing a banquet on the first full day of a closely watched summit in Beijing. Uyi Abumofegbe reports that Trump described the evening at the lavish Great Hall of the Peoples as another cherished opportunity to discuss among friends.
Trump's speech at the banquet highlighted centuries of cultural and economic ties between the two nations. He cited U.S. merchant Samuel Shaw's trade with China 250 years ago, Benjamin Franklin quoting Confucius in his newspaper, and President Theodore Roosevelt helping establish Xi's alma mater. Reflecting on his talks with Xi, Trump thanked the Chinese leadership for what he called a magnificent welcome at the start of his state visit.
We had extremely positive and productive conversations and meetings today with the Chinese delegation earlier, and this evening is another cherished opportunity to discuss among friends some of the things that we discussed today, all good for the United States and for China, and it was a great honor to be with you.
He also spoke about modern-day popular culture exchanges, saying Chinese restaurants in America today outnumber the 5 largest fast food chains in the United States all combined. Trump also used his address in Beijing to reveal that he had invited Xi Jinping.
The leadership of the Badminton Federation of Nigeria says it is intensifying efforts to reposition the sport through grassroots development, improved technical capacity, and structured talent discovery programs across the country. President of the Badminton Federation, Francis Obi, says its renewed agenda will focus on schools, coaches, athletes, and preparations to host a major continental championship next year. That's it on News Cycle. A quick reminder, Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms on your screen using @GlobalTVNG. I am Ubon Usoro. Bye for now.